6 teenagers are currently facing criminal charges for pulling down and trampling an LGBTQ+ flag at their school. This only happened after one of the teenagers was attacked by the diversity and inclusivity touting member of the LGBTQ+ community, which he say was due to his religion. He had his cross necklace forcefully attempted to be pulled from his neck, and he got fed up with this seemingly protected class getting away with bullying. However, it is important to note that only the teenagers involved in the LGBTQ+ flag incident are being harshly punished and may even carry a criminal record.
They give me a choice. Either do I make an excuse, if I'm sure it's gonna be a public excuse or something, or they're threatening me with a court and a criminal case.
I'm Alexa Lavoie for Ribbon News, and today you will hear the story of a young teenager facing legal consequences for removing an LGBTQ+ flag from his school. On May 16, a viral video circulated on social media showing a group of high school students removing and trampling on the LGBTQ+ flag. This event took place in a school in Pincourt in the Montreal region. The LGBTQ+ flag had been previously hung in the school hallway in preparation for the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, which was to be celebrated the following day, May 17. Following this incident, the concerned mother of one of the teenagers reached out to me for help regarding the serious consequences of this incident. Right after this incident, the teenager faced school sanction, and about a month later, several families, including this one, received a call from the Sûreté du Québec, Quebec Provincial Police. The mother expressed her belief that the school bear responsibility for the situation. Her son emphasized that the majority of the students in the institution come from religious background, including Orthodox, Muslim, and Christian. She mentioned that this diversity of perspective due to their background inevitably leads to conflicts if the LGBTQ+ flag is imposed on them, but the schools continue to do so regardless. Therefore, I wrote to the Sûreté du Québec to obtain more information about the ongoing investigation. I received the following email. The Sûreté du Québec has investigated a hate incitement case related to events that occurred at the high school in Pincourt. The case has been submitted to the Director of Criminal and Penal Prosecution, DPCP, for charges of inciting hatred, Article 319, against 6 young minors aged between 13 and 16 years old. Please refer to the DPCP for further proceeding. Answer to your question: is the incitement of hatred solely related to the removal and trampling of the LGBTQ+ flag on May 16? The answer: yes. Who filed the complaint? The school, institution, or an external person? The answer: following the event, the police officer of the Sûreté du Québec took steps to validate with the DPCP the possible action to be taken. They conclude that there will be charges related to inciting hatred under Article 319. According to the Article 319 of the Criminal Code, anyone who, by communication of statement other than a private conversation, willfully promotes hatred against an identifiable group is guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, and offense punishable on summary conviction. Adolescents as young as 13 to 16 years old could see their entire life affected. What is evident from this email is that no complaint has been filed, but it is a police decision to open an investigation with the DPCP. After meeting with the teenager and his mother, we agreed to maintain complete confidentiality, first to avoid retaliation and to ensure that the teenager condition does not worsen. Here is the story from one of the involved adolescents.
1 week before this day, I was coming back from the dinner from outside back to school, and a few girls, colored hair, from the LGBT members, they tried to rip off my cross that represents my religion. And they started to insult me, insult my religion, say that all the world's problem is because of my religion, it needs to disappear. And this crossed the line, crossed the red line, because my politics is pretty easy. You don't touch me, I don't touch you. You don't bother me, I don't bother you. But when they tried to rip off my cross, the first time, I just didn't care because all the time I don't care about the LGBT, I just walk for it. I don't care. I don't touch them, I don't insult them. But the day when they put up the flag, it was in the middle of the hall, in the middle of everyone, and as knowing that almost every big percentage of the school is Muslims and Christians, they don't like it, they don't support it. I ripped off the flag, the LGBT flag, but in my response I would say that it's not that easy. The story is not like black and white. Without any anger, I didn't insult anyone. I just came upstairs and ripped off the flag. I didn't insult anyone. I didn't smile at that place. I just didn't care.
Since it appeared that the situation was previously caused by a group of individuals from the LGBTQ+ community, I contacted the school board, and the school principal to get their side of the story. Unfortunately, none of them have responded to me. Were you aware that what you did will lead to all the support and this crazy crowd that was like yelling and like, we saw it in the video when everybody was just like trampling on the flag. Were you aware that what you did will lead to that?
I was thinking about it, but at that moment I didn't care. Mm-hmm. I just didn't want to see this flag upstairs.
What happened afterwards? What is the sanction you received from the school? And did they try to understand why you did that?
No. They sanctioned me with a punishment that was actually changed 4 times. The first time they said that I'm going to be out for school for 3 days, but I am allowed to go to my math exam. It was very important because it's final of the year math exam. And yeah, the next day they called and they said, no, it's actually 5 days now, but I'm still allowed to go to my math exam. Later they said, no, you're not allowed to come to the math exam. It's your problem. You will talk to the teacher yourself. When I came when 5 days were finished, I came back to school. They just locked me in the room. They never said, because before that, they said that 5 days were passed. I can come back to classroom. The story is finished. But no, they closed me in the room for the whole day. I had one supervisor, and actually later it's going to be 2. They didn't release me to go outside. I can't walk alone without them in the school.
How did you feel?
I just want to go back to my class. Mm-hmm. For me, the story has ended. I didn't want I don't want this story to continue.
How you will describe yourself as a student in school? Are you someone mostly quiet and introvert, or mostly extrovert and a little bit turbulent?
As I said, my politics is pretty easy. You don't touch me, I don't touch you. So I'm quiet. I don't have problems with other kids if they don't touch me, so I don't touch you. Mm-hmm. Very easy.
I also wonder If the school director or teacher tried to consider both sides of the story?
No, they didn't ask. It's me that I told them why did I do that, but they didn't ask it. They just want to punish me. They ignored it. Nothing, they didn't punish them, the LGBT members, nothing happened. It was just me and my Muslim friends.
You did receive a call from the Sûreté du Québec. What happened? What did they say to you and your family?
They give me a choice. Either do I make an excuse, if I'm sure it's going to be a public excuse or something, or they're threatening me with a court and a criminal case.
Are you scared right now to go back to school and maybe have like some backlash from the community against yourself, or?
Right now I'm more scared of the criminal case, but I can go back to school like normal.
Do the school and the teacher are pushing the LGBTQ agenda in school and in class?
Yes, they do. While we are studying, for example, we're studying for my math exam, they're just coming, the LGBT community comes in class while we're studying. I don't know why, because we're studying, we're getting ready for the exam, and they enter, they start talking, they're pushing this propaganda, this time's up.
You told me that one time one of your friends was pushed out of the classes because he said that he refused to listen to that.
I don't know the whole story, but I know that he didn't want to listen to this propaganda, and the teachers said to get out of the class. I know for sure the Muslims, when there was a Ramadan, they had tensions with the principal at the place where they can pray, and I know for sure they had their tensions. Sometimes they said, no, you can't pray here, but I know that the principal is aware that a large percentage of the school is basically Muslims, Christians, and for some reason they put the LGBT community that is less in minority, and they put them like gods. Like, you need to worship there, you need to respect them. But I don't know why. The 7th May, I think it's the day of respect against homophobia. But how are you supposed to respect them if they don't respect you? So respect needs to be earned, and what are they doing is doing against them. Almost everyone, what I met in school, they were all agree with me. They were all shaking my hand, saying that you're good, thank you for doing that. I never saw someone that was negative about me. Maybe they were scared to talk to me or something. I don't know.
Do you think that the school feel pressured to make you an example of don't do that anymore, or something will happen to you?
Yes, I think. Because after that, they started like to push this propaganda more. Like, this is the example of like what happened to people that don't get their heads in with this propaganda. A lot of people is not a card, they're negative about the LGBT thing, but they're just scared of say something against them, because they're scared what would the police, what would the principal do to them. They're like threatened by them.
Are you going to apologize?
No, because for me, they started this, and apologizing is going against my religion. Because I'm going to apologize in front of them. Plus, they started this, so I'm not going to apologize.
If you knew all the consequences that you are facing right now, would you do it again?
That's a good question. I think yes, because it was my religion. I need to do a response. I think it's because that day when we and my friends were running outside, my cross went off. So basically every time I keep my cross like inside behind my shirt, but at that time my cross like went off, and I think they were just like aggressed to see it. And
what is the percentage of the school you will believe that are Christian or Muslim or religious?
I know for sure it's a very big number. I think 70 or 80% of the school is basically Muslims and Christians.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel to be as young as that and facing criminal charge against you for just did what you think it was right for you?
Actually, it feels a little, I would say, bad for me because I know for sure that Canada right now stands for freedom, like freedom of speech, democracy, tolerance, and respect between other people that cohabit each other here. And what I see is that LGBT members, they can insult you, your religion, and will get zero punishment. But in the same time, if you will try to defend yourself, your religion, it's you that are going to get punishment. This makes me think about Canada's speech of freedom. Like, where is it?
We are a country that defends freedom of religion, that defends freedom of expression, that defends people's rights to go to school and not be fearful or harassed.
If you agree with us that this is going too far and we need to stop this woke ideology that is happening all across the school system, please go over stopclassroomgrooming.com. Sign the petition, share it, make a difference for the future of the children. And also, do not forget, if you want, you can make a donation through the website rebelnews.com.